Good morning everyone. Welcome back to the maths class. As you remember that last turn we have started the chapter expansion, and we have seen what was expansion, how to expand a given term. Also we have seen two identities. If you remember, we have seen the identity number 1, that is a plus b whole square, which is equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. This identity we have seen. Also we have seen an identity a minus b whole square, which is a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay, we have seen these two identities. Also we have seen some of the questions based on these identities. How are we going to expand those questions depending upon these two identities. Now one thing which you're gonna see here is that both the identities, identity number 1 and identity number 2, here we are having two terms, a plus b and or a minus b, and then we are squaring. First we are adding the two terms and then we are squaring. Here we are subtracting the two terms and then we are squaring. So either way, whether we are adding or subtracting, we are using two terms. Okay, now the third identity which we are gonna see will contain trinomial, like three terms. Like it will have a plus b first term, second term plus c and the square of it. So can you see this thing, a plus b, a minus b, but here we have a plus b plus c, three terms. And what is the identity? A square plus b square plus c square. So individually we are going to square them. A square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2b into c plus 2c into a. So likewise you have all six terms. So if I recall it once, a plus b plus c square will be equals to a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. So this is the identity for the three terms which we are going to use. First thing. Second thing, there is no identity. Like if you are having a minus b minus c, we are going to, for three terms we have only this identity, and we are going to use this identity only whether the given terms will have plus or minus. There is no such identity of a minus b or minus c. There is only one identity which we are going to use and imply on the questions given, with whichever sign, plus or minus. I'll take an example and I'll show you all. Okay, so if I write the identity here so that you all can see, we are gonna write. Now let me write the identity. You can recall with me. So if I'm gonna open it, what would be the answer? A square plus b square plus plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. So these are the terms which after expansion, a plus b plus c whole square, we are getting a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc and plus 2ca. Now let us take some questions so that we can apply. Here is our very first question, that is exercise 3a. First question, if I take, a plus 2b plus 3c whole square. So this is our one question, that is a plus b plus 3c whole square. Now if here is our question, a plus 2b plus 3c. Now if you see which identity we are going to use here, as we see three terms are given, so we are going to use this identity for three terms, a plus b plus c and then the square. Okay, now before we apply the identity, as we know, we have to compare that what is the value of a, b and c. Now if you compare, at the place of a already is written. Now what is at the place of b? If you see, at the place of b we have 2b, and at the place of c what do we have? 3c. So please mind it that what is at the place of a, b and c given. Okay, Now let us put the identity, let us put the values in the identity. According to the identity, the first term should be a square. What is at the place of a in the question? A only, so a itself, so we are going to write a square. Next, according to the identity, should be b square. Now b square, what is our b? It is 2b. So at the place of b square we are going to write 2b, which is given in our question. So it is b square, so we are going to write 2b, because at the place of b what is given in our question? 2b, and we are going to square it. Plus next term according to the identity should be c square. What is at the place of c in our question? 3c. So we are going to write 3c and we have to square it. Is it clear? Now plus 2 into a into b. So 2 into a. What is a in our question? A only. Into b. What is at the place of b? It is 2b. So we are going to write 2b. You all please mind it that here all three terms, 2a into b into 2a into b, they are all in multiplication. So we have written 2 into a into b is what? 2b. So we have written this as 2b. Now plus 2bc. What is b? It is 2b. So 2 into 2b into c. What is c? It is 3c. Next plus 2ca. 2 into what is c at the place of c? It is 3c into what is at the place of a? We have a only. Okay. So here we have a square plus 2b square. So now here we have to square it, and when we are squaring a term we have to square the number as well as we have to square the variable. So what will be the square of 2? That will be 4. B square will be b square plus, now here what are we going to put? What are we going to do is 3c square, that is 9c square. Now plus, now here you see these all terms are given in multiplication. So now first we will multiply the numbers and then we will go for the variables. So here we have two numbers, 2 into 2, that is 4. So we will write 4 here, a into b, ab, plus what is our second term? Now here we first multiply the numbers. 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 3 is 12. And what is the variable? B into c. Okay. Now plus, here what is the number? 2 into 3 is 6, c into a, that is 6c a. So this is our expansion of this given question according to our identity, a plus b plus c whole square. Okay, now I am going to take a next question that is 3x plus 5y minus 2z and whole square. Now be very careful. Here we have a question, of course, that is three terms it is having, that is first is a, b and c. Okay, and if it is having three terms and the square, of course we are going to use this identity. According to the identity we are going to expand, but before that if we compare the values, what is at the place of a? This 3x. So if I write it like that to show you all, that means at the place of a what is the value given? 3x. Okay. Now what is at the place of b given? That is 5y. What is at the place of c given? 2z. But here what you are going to see is that the identity is for plus sign, that is a plus b plus c. And here in our question one term is with negative sign. So here when we are going to put the values of a, b and c, we are going to put the values with sign. Like if I ask you what is the value of a, that is 3x. 3x means plus 3x. What is the value of b? That is 5y, which is plus 5y. Whether we call it plus 5y or 5y, similar. Now if I ask you what is the value of c here, so the value of c is minus 2z. We always will include the sign here, minus 2z. It is not 2z only, it will be minus 2z, which means when we are going to put the value in our expression, we are going to put the value with sign. You mind it. Before that, what identities we have learned for two terms, that is for binomial, we will not consider sign. We will see the sign and we apply the identity according to the given sign. But here we have to find out the sign, or we have to put the values with sign. Now if you are aware of the values, once again I'm gonna tell you all. A is plus 3x, B is plus 5y, and C is what? Minus 2z. Now once we are done, or we have compared the value, now we are going to put the values in the identity. Okay, so first is a square. What is our a? 3x, and we have to square it, that is 3x whole square, plus next is b square. What is our b? 5y, so we are going to square it, 5y, plus c square. What is our c? 2z or minus 2z? Yes, we have minus 2z. So according to the question we have plus, we have written plus. Now at the place of c we have to write minus 2z. So now we careful, minus 2z is the value of c and we have to square it. So we have to square it. Is it clear how we have written? Now plus 2 into a. What is our a? 3x. So we are going to write 3x into b. What is our b? 5y. So we are going to write 5y, plus 2bc. According to the identity it is plus, so we will write plus here. Now 2 into b. What is our b? 5y. So we will write 5y simply like that. Also we have c. Now what is the value of c? 2z or minus 2z? It is minus 2z. So if we are going to write minus 2z, it would be preferable if we write minus 2z in the bracket. Now this is our 2z. Is it clear? Since this minus 2z is with minus sign, that's why we have kept it in the bracket. Plus, as given in the identity, 2. Next is c. What is c? Minus 2z. So when we write minus, we always write it in the bracket. This 2c into a. What is our a? 3x. Since it is plus, so we can write it like that. Okay. Now since we have kept the values, now we simply have to square them. This is our LHS. Here we will write, and now equals to, let us simplify, 3x square. So we will square the number, we will square the variable. 3 square will be 9, x square, plus 5 square will be 25, and y square will be y square. So it will be 25 y square. Mind it that you have to square both the numbers as well as the variable. Next we have plus sign. We have written plus sign. Now here what term is given? Minus 2z. So if it is given minus 2z in the square, we have to square everything. We have to square z, we have to square the number, and also we have to square the sign. So when you square the sign, minus square will always be plus, as we know that minus into minus will become plus. So here we have the minus, and when you square the minus, that is minus into minus, it will become plus. So it will become plus. So already plus we have. Now what is the square of 2? That is 4. What is the square of z? That will be z square. Now here if you see, now one more thing beta, when we are having so many signs here, so we always check the signs also to multiply. Here 5y, 3x and 2, they are all plus, so we simply write plus here. Let us multiply the numbers. 2 3s are 6, 6 5s are 30. So it is 30, x into y will be x y. Okay. Next is, now here the next term before writing plus or minus. Now see, whenever terms are given and we have to multiply, we multiply the signs, then we multiply the numbers, and then we multiply the variables. So let's see signs. Here we have plus and here we have minus. Plus minus minus. So the sign will become minus here. 2 5s are 10. 10 into 2, 20. So it will be 20. And what is the variable here? Y into z. So it will be y z. Okay. Now again here plus minus minus, as we multiply the signs also. Plus minus minus. Now the numbers 2 into 2, 4. 4 into 3, 12. Now z into x will be zx, and that's how we have multiplied, and that's how we have expanded the given question. I'll show you, or I'll tell you one more question so that it will be clear to you all how are we going to keep the values and how are we going to put the values and simplify it with the sign. Let me take one more question. Okay, I'm going to take this question. 7 minus 2x minus 3y. Okay, and the square. This is the question given. Now if you see here, three terms are given, 1, 2, 3. So of course, which identity we are going to use? This identity, a plus b plus c. We have to compare the values. Now if you please compare it with me, what is at the place of a? That is 7, in fact plus 7. What is at the place of b? Is it 2x or minus 2x? Yes, it is minus 2x. As I told you, we have to take it with sign. So what is a? 7. What is b? Minus 2x. What is c? Minus 3y. I hope you all are clear how we are comparing the values or how are we going to put the values. Now let us put the values here. A square, first term according to the identity should be a square. What is our a? 7, and the square of it, that is 7 square. Is it okay? Now then we have to place plus. Next is b square. What is our b? 2x or minus 2x? It is minus 2x. So b is minus 2x and we have to square it. Is it clear, everyone? Now next is plus sign. C square. What is our c? Minus 3y. So c is minus 3y and then we have to square it. Is it clear? We have written a square plus according to the identity, then b square, what we have put the value of b, and then the c square, plus 2 into a into b. So 2 into a, what is a? 7. So we will write 7 like that, into b. What is our b? Minus 2x. Since it is with minus, we will write it in bracket. We always write any term if with minus sign in bracket. Now plus 2bc. 2 into, what is our b? Minus 2x. Of course we will write it in bracket. b into c. What is our c? Minus 3y. So we will write it like this, minus 3y. Then again plus 2ca. 2 into c. What is our c? Minus 3y. Minus 3y into a. What is our a again? 7. So we are going to write 7. Is it clear? This is how we have put the values. Now we are going to simplify. LHS is going to be same. I am not writing since space is less. So I am going to write here equals to. Here if we see, now we are going to simplify the operations given. Now here we have 7 square. What is 7 square? It is 49. As 7 into 7 will be 49 plus as it is. Now here we have minus 2x whole square. As I told you, we are going to square everything. We are going to square sign, we are going to square the number, we are going to square the variable. So the square of minus will become plus, as we know that minus into minus will be plus. So this will become plus. And now what is the square of 2? That is 4. What is the square of x? That is x square. Again we will put the plus sign. Now again we have minus. What is the square of minus? Plus, of course. What is the square of 3? That will be 9. What is the square of y? That will be y square. So here till here it is done. Now as we are having these three terms, as I told you, when we are going to multiply, we will multiply the signs first, then we will multiply the number, and then we will multiply the variable. Okay. So now here we have plus and then we have minus. Plus minus minus. So eventually it will become minus. 2 into 7 is 14. 14 into 2 will be 28. Only one variable we have in this term, that is x. So we will write x only. Okay. Now let us go to the next term. Plus minus minus. Minus minus plus. So eventually it is becoming plus. As I told you, we have to multiply the signs also. So let's see once again. Plus minus 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 plus. 2 into 2, 4. 4 into 3, 12. Okay, and then x into y will be x, y. Is it clear? X into y will be x, y. Now next term. Before we write any sign, we have to multiply, we have to check. Now plus minus, minus. 2 into 3, 6. 6 into 7, 42. Okay, and then we have only one variable here, that is y. So this is the expansion of the given question. So like that we are having a number of questions. Today I'll be giving you questions as well, so that you all can practice. Okay. Now after this, that please recall once again, we so far we have seen three identities, that is a plus b whole square. If I write it here, we have seen three identities, a plus b whole square. Identity number 1 was a plus b whole square. You all know what is the expansion, a minus b whole square, and the third one is a plus b plus c whole square. I'm going to give you some questions based on it, and you have to practice a lot. As I have asked you, you need to practice mathematics as much as you all can. Okay. Now let's see a question of different type. Okay, what if a question is given like that, 2x plus 3 upon x minus 1 whole square. Now you all tell me, since I have rubbed the thing, you all tell me which identity we are going to use. As you can see here, we have three terms, first term, second term and third term. So we are going to use identity number 3, that is a plus b plus c whole square. What is identity? A square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. So before we use the identity, this time I am not going to write identity, I am going to put the values directly, and you can recall the identities. What is at the place of a? It is 2x. What is at the place of, if I write so that it will be easy for you all, a little small, a is what? 2x. What is b here? This whole thing is your b, no, at the place of b. So if I ask you what is the value of b, it is 3 upon x. What is the value of c? Is it 1 or minus 1? It is minus 1. So according to the identity, if I am going to write the expansion, what is the first term? A square. What is our a? 2x. 2x and the square of it, plus b square. What is our b? 3 upon x, b square, plus c square. What is our c? Minus 1. So as I told you, minus 1 and the square, a square plus b square plus c square, plus 2 into a into b. 2 into a. What is our a? 2x into b, that is 3 upon x. Is it clear everyone? It is a square. We have put the values b square plus c square plus 2 into a. A is 2x into b. B is what? 3 upon x. That's why we have written 3 upon x. What is the next term? Plus 2b into c. 2 into b. What is b? It is all 3 upon x. So we are going to write 3 upon x. It is your b into what is your c here? Minus 1. So if it is minus 1, we are going to write it in bracket. Now what is the next term, if you can recall? 2ab, 2bc plus 2c into a. 2 into c. What is your c? Minus 1. Minus 1 into a. What is your a? 2x. Is it clear? Now we are just going to simplify. What is the square of 2? 4. Square of x? So it will be 4x square. Plus, now you all see better, here it is given in divide. So if we are going to square it, what is the square of 3? 9. What is the square of x? X square. So numerator we are going to square, and we are going to square the denominator as well. So it will be 9 upon x square, isn't it? 3 square will be 9, x square will be x square. Now plus What is the square of minus 1? Minus, if you square, it will become plus, so it will be plus. And then what is the square of 1? It is simply 1. Now first, if you are going to multiply these terms, we have to multiply the signs also. Here only one sign is there, plus, so we are going to write plus only. Before we multiply, if you see, here we have x in the numerator and here we have x in the denominator. Can we cancel them? Yes, we can cancel them. Now we are going to handle the remaining terms. So here we have 2 into 2, which is 4. 4 into 3 will be 12 simply. Is it okay? Next we have plus, or this is the first term. Now next term, beta, if you see, here we have two signs, plus, minus, minus. So we are going to write minus. Now nothing is cancelling. So now let us multiply the numbers. Here we have 2 into 3, which is 6. 6 into 1 will be 6 only. So it will be 6. And what else we have? X, but in division. So it will be 6 upon x. Okay. Now again next term, plus, minus, minus. First we multiply the number. 2 into 1, that is 2. 2 into 2, that is 4. Yes, 2 into 2, that is 4. So it will be 4 and only one variable, that is x. So this is going to be our expression. One thing you can do, you can add 12 plus 1, that is 13. So this is the expansion of this given. After this we have another type of question in which you have to multiply two brackets. First we have use the identity a plus b whole square. Next we have use the identity a minus b whole square. Next we have use the identity a plus b plus c whole square. Next we are going to see a question, like if a question is given 3 plus 2x and let's say x plus 2. Here is the two bracket given and you have to simplify. You have to write the expansion of this. So I hope that this you have learned in the last class or previous year, that how to multiply two brackets. This you can do anyhow. I am going to multiply. See what we do. We take the first term and we take the first term of the bracket and we multiply this term with the other two terms of the different bracket. So now 3 into x will be 3x. Same term we multiply with this but with sign. So plus plus will be plus. 3 into 2 will be 6. Okay. Now we'll take the second term and we'll multiply this term to the bracket. Now plus 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 2x into x. So it will be 2x into x will be x square. Now plus plus again plus 2x into 2. So 2 into 2 will be 4 and then x will be x. Now let us simplify. Now here is the multiplication. Now we are going to simplify, and you know when we simplify we take the like terms or we handle the like terms together. So here only one term is there, x square. So I'm going to write x square like that. Then we have one this term 3x and one this term 4x, and they are the like terms. So we are going to add them or subtract them according to the sign. Here 3x is with plus sign, 4x is also with plus sign. So eventually plus plus will be plus. 7x plus 3x plus 4x will be 7x. And now what we are left with? Plus 6. So this is how we multiply this two bracket. Now what if a question is given like this? Let's say it is 2 minus x and x plus 3. Now this two bracket we have to multiply, and but one is with minus sign and one is with plus sign, and you see here we cannot apply any identity. So simply we are going to multiply the brackets. We will take the first term of the first bracket and multiply this term with the other two terms. Is it clear? So 2 into x will be 2x, sign also. Now plus, because 2 is with plus sign, now 2 is going to multiply with 3. 3 is also with plus. So plus plus it will be plus. 2 into 3 will be 6. Is it clear? Now as we have taken 2 and we have multiplied it with the terms, both the terms, now we are going to take the next term x. And we will take the x, this x with sign, and we will multiply. Now sign first beta. Minus plus minus x into x will be x square. Okay. then minus x will multiply with 3. So minus plus minus x into 3 will be 3x. Now this is the multiplication. After that, what we are going to do, we are going to take the terms, like terms together. Since x square is all alone, so we will write it like that. And then we have this 2x and this 3x. These are the like terms, because here it contains x, here also it will contain, it is having x. Now if you see, this 2x is with plus sign, this 3x is with minus sign. So plus minus minus, that is 3x minus 2x will be x only. And which sign we are going to write? Of course minus. We always use the sign of the bigger term, that is minus. So it will be minus x. Once more, since it is plus, it is minus, so plus minus minus. 3x minus 2x will be x. We are going to use the sign of the bigger term, which is minus, so minus x. Now here we have plus 6. So this is how we are going to multiply the two given bracket. So I am going to give you some questions from the exercise. You all practice the questions, and please practice the questions which we are going to give you. Also practice the questions if you get the book from from your brother or other writers. If you have any other book of other writers, please practice the questions, as many questions as you want. Okay, and next thing, what I want you all is that not only you are practicing this mathematics, but please utilize time in doing some different type of studies, like beyond your syllabus, since we are having time and we can study beyond our syllabus. So why don't you all learn, like I'm just giving you a hint, why don't you all take out a time and just learn something about infinity. It is going to help you. Just learn, collect as much information as you can, and just learn what is infinity, who gave infinity, what is the concept of infinity, is it countable, is it uncountable, what are the operations we can perform on infinity. So these are the things you can learn. Okay, and then we will meet in the next class.